Good evening, Planning Commissioners. The project before you tonight is for PZ 18-500-09, a special use permit at 2310 Saviers Road. The project involves the demolition of a 928 square foot detached garage, and for the replacement of it, the construction of a two-story, 2,742 square foot dwelling unit consisting of 4 bedrooms and garages that can accommodate up to 5 cars. The project site is indicated by the orange circle. It's located northeast of Saviers Road and Laurel Street in the central part of the city. Here are some street views of the property. The top image is from Saviers Road and the bottom image is from the alleyway. The image on the left is an aerial view of the project site outlined in yellow. You can see 3 structures. The top 2 are the 2 existing dwelling units, and the structure with the red arrow pointing to it is the detached garage to be demolished for the construction of the proposed 2-story dwelling. The project site is accessible from the driveway on Saviers Road, as well as the alley that's located behind the property. The table on the right lists the general plan, zoning, and existing land uses of the properties surrounding the project site. These land uses include residential to the north and east, a WSS shoe store to the south, and Saviers Road and schools to the west. Here's the proposed site plan showing the proposed dwelling in gray. The structure meets the development standards of the C2 zone. The existing retaining wall at the front of the property will be reconstructed so it is not within the public right-of-way. A new sliding gate will be installed at the rear of the property. And the single-family structure was designed with 3 separate garages to be in compliance with providing 2 covered parking spaces for each dwelling unit. Here are images of the proposed elevations for the new structure. The design of the new construction incorporates architectural elements found on the existing structure facing Saviers Road. These elements include the use of gable roofs, horizontal shiplap board siding, asphalt roofing material, and the same building color. The existing rear dwelling has an attached single-car garage, and as mentioned prior, the proposed unit will have 3 separate garages able to accommodate space for 5 cars. The structure was designed in this configuration to provide a minimum of 2 covered parking spaces per unit. Only the rear 2-car garage, shown on the east elevation, will have direct access to the new unit. There are several policies that are applicable to this project, including Community Development Policy 1.5 for housing variety, Community Development Policy 8.1 for limiting development, as well as Community Development Policy 9.1 for neighborhood identity. And the last one is Infrastructure and Community Services, 12.1 and 8.5 for development impacts to existing infrastructure and public sidewalks and pedestrian orientation. The project is within the general commercial C2 zone district. The proposed dwelling units in this zone have to comply with yard requirements of the R3 zone. The project as proposed is consistent with the development standards in these zones, and this is further discussed in the staff report. The project as proposed is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act under Section 15303 Class 3 for new construction or conversion of small structures, subsection A, in urbanized areas up to 3 single-family residences may be constructed or converted under this exemption. This project does not trigger any thresholds in the city CEQA guidelines or exceptions to the exemptions. Staff determined that there is no substantial evidence that the project will have a significant effect on the environment, and a notice of exemption will be filed with the county. This Project was reviewed by the Design Advisory Committee on July 24th, 2019. On December 31st, 2022, there was a community workshop where notice of this workshop was posted on site and noticing was sent out to those within the Cal Gisler neighborhood. Notice of this meeting was provided in the newspaper as well as on-site posting and mailed to property owners within 300 feet of the project site. To date, we have not received any public comments. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission find that the project is categorically exempt from environmental review pursuant to CEQA Guidelines Section 15303 and to adopt a resolution approving Planning and Zoning Permit Number 18-500-09, a special use permit subject to certain findings and conditions. This concludes staff's presentation. Staff is available to answer any questions that the Commission may have. Thank you.